Good morning, my lovelies. So I've just had a shower, washed my hair, and I'm getting ready. And I think so Huda has come out with two new little palettes, matte palettes, cool one and warm one. And I got so excited for the cool one, so I bought it a while ago now, and I only tried it quickly once and I wasn't too impressed, so I thought I'd do it this morning while we're chatting and we will see if I like it a bit more. So here it is, looks right up my street. These are all mattes, and I thought, you know, the Marvelous Mauves from Those of Colors that I love so much, it's a bit similar, you see, to this one. And I know you can still get this palette on Those of Colors website, but we don't have it here in the UK, so it's very hard to get this palette, but this one is similar. I can tell you straight away, you know, I'm so impressed with this eyeshadow because it's really pigmented, and I thought that this light one here would be, but it's not. It's definitely more muted, and it's a bit more beigey pink than lilac, but we will see. Let's try it. I don't often sit down, you know, and play with makeup. I just put it on quickly because I have things to do, and then I'm always conscious, you know, if I want to try to do some elaborate makeup on my eye, I'm always conscious that I have to go and walk the dog later looking like I'm going to a ball. So sometimes I like to sit down and just play with makeup. I'm gonna, my lips are never ever dry, but this winter I just feel dry everywhere, to be honest. I've got this gorgeous lip from Laneige lip sleeping mask, and I have the vanilla one. It's so lovely. I put it on before I go to bed, but I put some now. It has this gorgeous little applicator. It's like a bendy silicone. It's just like angel's wing. It's so lovely. That feels so much better. Now I'm having an ugly week, or maybe it's been even longer than that. You know, I'm going to start with that lightest one on my mobile lid. I told you before that I have periods of time, oh, very powdery. You see, this is not as bright as the other one. I have periods of time that I feel really ugly. Well, you probably know what I mean. That these days I feel like doesn't matter what makeup I put on, I hate it, how it looks, and I just don't like the way I look. And for the very first time, for 3 days on a trot, I put my foundation on and I took it off and did it again. That's how much I hated it. And I don't know if it's something to do just with my age, you know. It's so hard. This doesn't seem to have any pigmentation. Right, so these two at the top are like creamy matte, so they are like cream to powder, but I don't know, maybe I need stiffer brush. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, it hardly picks up anything on a brush. Yes, I'm a bit disappointed in this palette. I was so excited because, you know, these colors are just so me. The Dose of Colors is definitely much better palette. Yes, so I think at our age, with the skin not looking as taut and smooth as it used to, it's so difficult to apply foundation that it looks good. Yeah, it might look good, you know, from the distance, but sometimes I look myself, maybe because I look at myself in some unflattering lights, you know, sometimes light is so important. If you stand in some unflattering lights, you know, like those yellow ones, really warm lights that emphasizes everything and actually makes you look worse than you actually are, then you actually look. And I think a lot of it is the powder, but I cannot imagine putting my foundation on and not powdering, because you have to set it, otherwise, especially when your oils come through, it's gonna move all over the place. So I like that sort of glowy, youthful look, but then that sometimes is not very flattering, because if you have any texture, the more glowy you are, the more the texture will show up. So it's a bit of a difficult one. So I am currently trying different way of applying foundations. Don't get me wrong, I think the foundations that I like look good, but as good as they can on a mature skin, you know. I think sometimes I forget how old I am, because I don't, this one is quite nice, the darkest purple. I think you can get nice look out of it, but I am not as wowed with this palette as I thought I would be. I'll probably put some shimmer on my mobile lid in a minute. Yes, so I don't feel my age at all. I tell you, the worst thing for me, this camera washes me out so much and probably makes me look really perfect, because this camera, I always set it, I don't do settings on it, I don't actually know how to do it on this one. I just have it on automatic, so it regulates itself how much light it lets in, and I feel like it always makes things too bright. But my worst problem is under my eyes. Today it's not bad. I've been, you know, putting patches and doing everything I can, putting half a kilo of eye creams on, but my skin is so thin, and let me give you something pokey, and so loose. Today, if I look down here, sometimes the skin almost like hangs like a little empty sack, because it's so loose. Today is not too bad, because like I said, I've been doing the eye patches and all sorts of things and really moisturizing. But some days, and then when you powder it, you know, that's another thing with the concealer. You cannot leave concealer unset, because we have all these fine lines, and if you don't set it, it's gonna gather in all these lines and it's just gonna look awful. Also, you don't want any shine under your eye, because again, that will emphasize any imperfections. So you have to powder, and I try to powder as little as possible, but sometimes it looks so dry right up here, and especially when my under eye area is really like loose and dry, and I feel it looks awful, and that is really bothering me. But you know, like I said, I'll never have fillers again under my eyes. But if my skin gets really, really droopy under there, I think I will have to go and have an operation, because I can't bear it. Also, I think I have to not give in. I haven't done it for over a year because I just couldn't be bothered. My Botox, I just couldn't be bothered, so I haven't gone for ages, but I feel like Botox helps me a bit with, you know, lifting my eyes here, because I have it done here and here. Because when you see, if I frown, and this eye I frown more with, I'm not worried about these, but look how much more hooded my eyes are. It makes, this frowning action makes my eyelids become even more droopy. And when you have Botox here, you can't frown, therefore you don't keep bringing your eye down. So I think for that reason, I am going to go and have it done. You see, overdone it straight away, but I can't help myself. You know, people say less is more, but I am so bothered about my eyes because I love eyeshadow so much, and I love playing with eyeshadow. So to me, not being able to do it properly is real disappointment. I sometimes watch the young YouTubers putting some makeup on, and I look at their eyelids, and especially the ones that have like deep set eyes, that the actual mobile eyelid is so huge, they have perfect crease, and the skin is so smooth, and I'm thinking, why can't I have eyes like that? Well, because I'm old, obviously, but that's the only reason. It's not that I'm so bothered that I am getting older and that's what happens, you know. If I was that bothered, I would have had a plastic surgery by now and would keep up with my Botox. It's just for that reason that this gives me so much pleasure, but when you can't get what you want, like the blending is so difficult, you know, like with these 3 or 4 folds that I have. Yeah, so I might have Botox done soon, but I don't know when. I can't be bothered. I have to drive there for like half an hour, so that's another thing. Okay, it's okay, this palette. This one is probably the most intense. That's all I use. This one, what did I use? Yes, I used, this way really. I used this one, that lightest pink, and the darkest one here. It's okay, but the quality is not that good. You see, the Morphe Midnight June, that cool one, but this one is not mauvey, it's more like cool browns. This has fantastic payoff and fantastic quality. I mean, even this dark eyeshadow is a bit patchy, so now I'm not impressed with that palette at all. Let's have a look if I've got any sparkling on my little Sigma palettes that I could put on there, just a tiny bit. You see, that's what I do. I sit here sometimes and I start with, oh, I'm just going to do everyday look, and then end up with, okay, I'm jumping from subject to subject. What else was I saying? Oh yeah, about less is more with the eyeshadows. Well, I know what people are saying. It looks lovely on really young or very older pretty women that don't have much to cover, that they can put just like a light tinted moisturizer and go. Well, I think I look horrendous without makeup. I hate the way my complexion is so uneven. That's why I love foundation, and I like it to look like a mask almost, but without accentuating all my lines and textures, which is very difficult. with eyeshadow, you know, I think I've got all these palettes and I love eyeshadow so much. So what is the point putting something on my eye that you can barely see? You might as well not put anything on there. So that's my opinion. I don't have my side extensions in today because whenever I do a video and I've done my hair, I put here, you know, these just small 2 extensions. My hair looks much longer, it's not as shaped and thicker. People always say, oh, your hair's grown so much. So I always have to put in the comments, oh, these are my side extensions, because, you know, I don't want to be accused of lying or whatever people do. Oh, I know what I was going to do. So one of my lovely subscribers, Tracy, hello Tracy, I was supposed to do it last week, but I had that fashion video. You know, I use the Lily Lolo mineral powder foundation to set my makeup with, and you might remember, so I normally use Cookie, but I also bought Warm Honey because I thought it'd be a bit darker for the summer. And she asked me what was the difference in the colors, and I've never really played with it. So I did one day. I put the Cookie on one side and the Warm Honey on the other side to see what they are like, and I will swatch them as well. So basically there is hardly any difference in the darkness. So the Warm Honey is not going to be any darker than Cookie. There is only a difference in tone. Warm Honey is warmer and Cookie is sort of neutral. So if I do like a heavy swatch, do you know what, I might go and do it downstairs actually in the other camera, because this one washes out everything so much. Yeah, you're not gonna see it. I might put the other camera on and I do it downstairs, and also I have something else to show you that is downstairs. So I will do it then. This is so nice, that lip mask. The only thing is, well, it's not like Vaseline, you know, it's not too gloopy and really greasy, and you can feel it actually sinking in, because there isn't that much on my lips. You know, like some of those lip masks, they just sit there like Vaseline. This, I can feel that actually my lips have taken it in. Right, I will see you in a bit downstairs. Right, I'm downstairs now. I'm just going to make myself coffee. It's such a mess in here, everywhere, look. Really messy. So I chat to you, and then I will start cleaning, doing some cleaning. In fact, I think I'm going to spend most of the week cleaning, because I do neglect my house a lot. I've told you before that 2 days that I go to the gym, nothing really happens. I don't do anything, like don't undertake any tasks. My God, look, I look like a ghost. Still on the vlogging camera. And the other 3 days, I usually film. I film videos all the time. And you know, it's so, making a video, you know, it might look easy because you just see it all finished for 20 minutes or whatever. It takes hours, first of all, to set everything up, to prepare for it. Then you have to edit it and all that stuff. So it takes up a lot of time. And oh God, the tray is not missing. This coffee machine is very demanding. Put you here. Yeah, so what? Yes, so my house really suffers. So I have to, this week, I think, I'm not gonna make any videos. I feel really guilty because this is like my job now. So when I'm not doing it, when I'm not making videos, when I have the days that I can, I feel guilty, like I'm skiving off of work. Yeah, but definitely the mess is real. I've got my watch now on my right hand because I want to swatch those powders, and I've got like marks from my watch now. And what I meant about the foundations, you know, not that they are not good foundations, they are beautiful and they do look good, but you know, on a mature skin you still will see the imperfections, and I suppose I want something that evens out my skin and makes me look absolutely flawless but looks like I'm not wearing any foundation, and I think that's a bit impossible. So just ignore me, you know, I am having one of those weeks. Right, let me just set myself up there and I'll be back. Okay, let's swatch this Lily Lolo. Right, so this is the, I will do like a heavy swatch. So this is the Warm Honey. So as you can see, it's quite yellow. And then let's do the Cookie. So when you pick them up, they all look really, really light, but once you work it in your skin, it actually looks like the Cookie might be a bit darker, but it's more neutral. I mean, this is heavy swatch, so you might think, oh no, this looks orange. It's not, believe me, it's neutral. And this is much warmer. But honestly, on your face, the darkness of it doesn't make any difference. So you just need to choose if you prefer the warmer tone or the neutral tone. To me, they both look pretty similar. Maybe if you use them on their own as foundation, then you will see bigger difference, but I only use it to sort of set my foundation with, so I use very, very small amounts of it. So I think they would look different if you used it just as a foundation. Okay, right. Now let me show you this. So Sigma, bless them, send me another PR box. And I am so excited because in here you get 4 on-the-go palettes. Remember the 9 eyeshadow palettes? I love those. Right, they're coming for me now. Don't often hear police sirens here, or maybe it's an ambulance. Right. Look at these. They are so gorgeous. I can't wait to play with them. And also, so you get 2 brushes in here and travel switch. So I at first thought that it was because I have few of those that I clean my brushes on wet, but this supposed to be, you can do it dry. So say you use this brush in one eyeshadow, then you clean it off dry and you're supposed to be able to use next eyeshadow. So I don't know, I haven't tried it yet, but if it works, that's brilliant. Saves me washing my brushes all the time. So let me show you them to you. So there is Earthy. Very appropriate name, sort of warm browns and some khaki and greens. They look so lovely in that box. Whoops. Look at this one, Beachy. Have to be careful how I say that word. Look at these blues. I've swatched some, right, let me just put my finger. They shimmers are really, really strange. So when you touch them, they seem quite hard but soft at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, but look at that. The pigmentation is always amazing. So that's the Beachy. So I don't know what to do with this, because obviously there is few looks you can do with each palette. I don't know if to do a video where I do one look with each palette. I must admit I'm not keen on doing these videos and I do few looks, because taking everything off is so bad on my eyes, you know. You know, when I do like 4 looks, I have to keep taking it off. Electric Pink. So this is more of a pinky one. And then Jewels. So this one is a bit richer, like Jewels colors. Why is it not focusing? There you go. So they are gorgeous, and I love the size of them. I love how light they are. Just love those little palettes. So here they are. And then you've got a few looks shown here. Yes, so I don't know what to do. If to, maybe I would do, you know, I used to do those 5-minute eyes now and again. That it would be like a 10-minute video where I just do one look. Maybe I do that with this palette. You know, I could do like maybe 2 looks with each palette. I don't know. I will think about it. Yes, but it's beautiful. Are they already out? Let me have a look. So I get so excited I don't even read what it says on here. 14th of March, yes, so they are out. And they retail for $30. The travel switch is $15, because I don't think you can buy all that in this box. This is just PR packaging, which I wish they actually did for everyone to buy, because these are that would be such a beautiful present. I think especially at Christmas they could do it in those lovely big boxes. Or maybe that's just waste of packaging. You can tell that I just want to sit here and talk to you because I don't want to go and clean. It's okay, it's just the thought of it. I usually put a podcast on in my ears or whatever and I get on with it. Right, my lovelies, I will see you another day. Hello, my lovelies. Oh, I've been just cleaning upstairs. So when I saw you last, I did clean downstairs, and today I did upstairs. I feel hot. Anyway, you are so demanding. Swatch this, swatch that. I'm only joking. I'm going to start charging. So I did the swatches of Lily Lolo, and another one of my subscribers that I always see in my comments, Sharon, asked me about the MAC Studio Fix Everywhere foundation, the one that I've reviewed not long ago. And remember, I bought NC30 and I felt that it was too light. I still couldn't find it in a shop, so I just blindly ordered an NC38, and I thought surely that's going to be really dark, you know, 30 and 38, but it's not that dark actually, but it is darker. It's the right color for me now. So I promised her that I will swatch them so you can see. Let's do a bit of NC30 and then NC38. I mean, there isn't much difference, honestly. I would say NC30 is a bit more neutral, NC38 is more yellow. It definitely comes off darker on the skin. So at the top is NC30 and this is NC38. you definitely can see that NC38 is darker. So you know, you could mix them if you want something in between, but oh yeah, and I said, didn't I, that it oxidizes as well. So yeah, NC38 is definitely better color for me. Although the NC30, if I'm really pale, is absolutely fine. You know, I add a bit of bronzer and it's fine, but I'm not often very pale, so apart from this camera, maybe I'm quite pale. Right, another thing I wanted to show you is this. So I just got this on Amazon. You know, I've got this really bad sun damage on my neck, like here and just here. And when I had my chest lasered, she didn't want to touch that. She said this is a bit different to what my chest is. And you know, neck is so visible that you could make things worse. I would have to go to a proper dermatologist to have it properly diagnosed. But from what I've read and learned, this is the POC. I can't remember the whole name of it, but it is, they don't even know the cause of it. So obviously it's skin damage and aging, and is mostly in very pale people like me, because when I look in a magnifying mirror, yeah, it is like brown spots, but also it looks like millions and millions of broken capillaries. So it's red and brown. It's disgusting, it's ugly. And it's weird because sometimes, some days it's darker than others. I know some of you told me that spraying perfume on that makes it worse because of the alcohol. So I've been trying not to spray perfume on it. And obviously every time you spend any time in the sun, that really pops up. But this cream, I've read a lot of reviews on it and people said that it really works. And it has 48% active blend. So this is supposed to lighten dark spots, reduce appearance of hyperpigmentation, and this has licorice, niacinamide, which you know niacinamide's been found to block further darkening of your skin, like blocks the damaged skin cells coming up to surface or something like that, and arbutin. And arbutin is, it's derivative of hydroquinone. Is it hydroquinone? You know, the lightening cream, which is, I think, banned in most countries now. So I've been using it twice a day. It's a really nice jar, and you press that and it comes up here. Of course, when you, so I'm using it twice a day, morning and night. You just put a small amount, work it in, and in a day make sure that you put SPF on it every day. And do you know, it looks a bit lighter, but it could be that I'm having one of those days when it does look lighter. But I sort of see here, I don't know if you can I zoom you in? Right, yeah, can you see here that actually looks worse in a camera, looks darker than in a real life because the lighting has changed now. But I can see now like whiter patches in between, so maybe this thing works, I don't know. I will keep you updated, but I'm going to carry on with it. I mean, today this looks beautiful. There are some days that I just have like a browny red, you know, what would you call it, scarf on there. So yeah, that's what you get when you're so pale. I'm covered in freckles, moles. You've seen the state of my complexion. It's just like all over the place. Why couldn't I be born with beautiful olive skin? My father's got a skin like that, and my brother tans really easily and has got quite even skin tone, but my mum is like a pink piggy, and that's, my skin is a bit better than hers when it comes to being pale, but I obviously have more from her. I'm just washing some towels, Louis blankets today, and tomorrow I've got gym, and then the day after that I will probably do my laundry. I do it now once every 2 weeks, so I will have loads of ironing to do. Right, my lovelies, I think I will finish this vlog here, because I think the other day I sat down and talked quite a lot, so it will be very, very long. And these days it seems people don't have the patience to sit and watch long videos. TikTok has ruined YouTube and the shorts. I've noticed my views have gone down so much because people just flick through the shorts. Like no one has any attention span anymore. It's just like instant gratification, quick, quick, quick. No one wants to sit down, relax and take time. Of course not those of you who are here with me every time, and I really, really appreciate it. I know I have about 10,000 hardcore sugar puff and fluffs. They will always watch my videos. I like my digital friends, so I really appreciate it. Okay, my lovelies, I'm going to carry on. No talking with whatever I'm doing. So have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for watching, and stay fabulous. Bye.